Okay, this is an update on my layout. It's a good 18 months since I last recorded anything like this. Starting again in the back there, you can see a row of terraced houses, and they're paper kits made by Purple Bob Hobbies, who figures on eBay. Very good value for money. The station now has 2 long platform canopies, and the details about all the stuff that I've done is on my website, www.bpodmore.co.uk. I use it as a big diary, and it reflects everything that I do. Turning round, you can see that not much at this end of the 4 sections to my railway have been done. This was very early on. Over at the back there, behind the big goods shed, there is another workshop goods shed, and I've now built a loco hoist to supplement that. Okay, moving on to the next section. Again, at this end, not very much has happened, but as you move across to the back of the station here, there's now a garage and a blacksmith's, and over in the far corner we now have a brewery. Filling in corners is quite difficult, so finding things to put in a small corner is not always easy, but I thought I'd come up with this idea of the end of a brewery. That's the second of the 4 sections. Moving around, I've now got completed the gasworks in the corner. The gasometer and all the relevant bits that go with it are all there now, and again the details about how I've done all this is on my website. If you've got an interest in finding out how to do this yourself, it's good to visit it. The tar and coat works are also completed. As I pan round, you can see most of it is now in place, and that's the industrial section. And then coming down to the 4th part, there's a few changes here that have taken place. The signal box has been moved from down in the bottom right to the top left hand corner. There's now a small goods shed there, just at the junction to the branch line. I've moved the large station building across from the other station over to this one, as I think it looks a little better on this side. And the engine shed down the bottom here has been moved from the bottom right hand corner up to the end of the station, and an extra line has been put in to feed that. There's also a new cattle pen down here, and a cattle wagon which has been built from scratch basically, using a cheap body. And the rest of it is very much as it always has been. The backdrops have all been completed by printing out using different pictures and images that I've either taken myself or got on the internet, and that gives a nice flavour to the whole layout. So I'll just pan back again very quickly, going the other way so you can see how it all comes together. Industrial section, there's a small diesel locomotive down there which I've built recently. Most of my locomotives are controlled through DCC, using ESU lock sound 4 controller boards. Not the cheapest on the market, but certainly the most realistic, I think, as far as the sound is concerned. And the other addition, of course, down on this table here I've got a laptop, and I'm using JMRI and an iPod Touch to control my locomotives. It makes it much easier when you're walking around rather than using the handheld controller which I normally use, which is this one, and a long cable which gets tied up to almost anything it can find, and you know what I'm talking about there. So there we go, that's where I'm up to at the moment.